Hello ladies and gentlemen, Xentoro here and welcome back to another video. Now I hope all of you doing well because I am as always, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the ATR-72 potentially coming to infant flight in maybe the near future, maybe the far future, but I'm currently using a Dash 8 before anyone thinks I've got the ATR-72 in use. Now before we actually able to get into the video, I'd just like to let everyone know if you're new here, please do feel free to like and subscribe as well because we are really starting to push on. We're over 5.1k subs now. We're pushing on to 5.2k subs. It'd be great if we could be pushing on 5.5k by the end of October. It'd be great if we can get to 6,000 before the end of the year. Now, I'd also like to let everyone know that channel memberships are also now out. They've been out for a while, but I've pre-recorded like 100 videos, so you guys don't actually see half of them. So I've not actually been around for a while, which is I've not responded to many messages in the comment section. And yeah, channel memberships are live, so feel free to grab one. I will start releasing member-only videos, although they're not guaranteed. I feel like there will be some in-person ones that I'd love to release. So let's just take off, and then we can talk about the amazing, much requested ATR-72. I almost said Dash 8 there. Let's bring up the gear on this. I love the gear transition coming up here. Now, you guys may notice I'm currently using a Qantas Link airport, but I'm currently at the Channel Islands, and I need to remember what airport it is. We're at Jersey, not Guernsey. I always forget which one's slightly bigger, so that must be Guernsey over there to our right. And France is somewhere over here too. Now, the ATR-72 is one of the most requested aircraft in infinite flight, so I can give you guys a little story about the ATR-72, about how long it's been requested, and honestly its popularity. So as it stands right now on the infinite flight community website, which is pretty good, guys, I recommend you use it if you want to be up to date on community events, because I don't have too much information about all of them at this current moment in time, because I'm not fully available to always do events. However, it currently has 1,129 votes, and I think that is an incredible amount of votes for the ATR-72. That is a lot, especially for the infinite flight community, to have that many people interested. Now, this poll that I'm currently looking at, I will hopefully copy and paste it into the description so you guys can have a browse for yourself. But you know, 1,100 votes is a lot. This first April 2017 is when this poll was initially made here on the infinite flight community, so it was made a fair while back. But that does prove that there's been some long-term interest in this aircraft, and I truly believe the ATR-72 is one of the biggest competitors to be one of the next aircraft added to infinite flight. I think it's way clear of many of the other requests. I mean, the 737 MAX is way up there, but I can honestly hoping to think we're going to get a short-range turboprop aircraft. Now, what it says is that entering service in 1989, the ATR-72 family has proven to be a brilliant small group of aircraft. The Dash 72, it's a stretch design of the Dash 42, so we could even see the Dash 42 maybe in infant flight. But it seats a maximum of 78 passengers. Now, that's not too many passengers, but it's still, you know, if you ask me, that's still a fair amount of passengers you can have here in an aircraft on infinite flight. I think that's quite a lot. The ATR has been used both for commercial, cargo and military operations, so it's striking 3 of the 4 real categories of aviation that we use. We got military, we got the cargo and commercial, and there's also general aviation. I can consider them 4 big branches, and then obviously in general aviation you've got microlights and all your other different type of aircraft, but I suppose that's the same with the big commercial aircraft with your Dreamliners and all that. So that is brilliant. That it's such a wide range use of aircraft, and it's also some big notable operators being Azul and Air New Zealand. Now, the capacity again being 68-78 passengers with a 2-club seating, so it all depends on you know, which aircraft you choose. Most of them have a 70 passenger configuration because you don't really want to be that crammed with 78 of you. It's only 27 meters, which is a fraction of the A380, with a wingspan again of 27 meters ish, which again a fraction of some big aircraft like the A380. It will be a dwarf aircraft this, next to the major airliners we have on infinite flight already. Only a width of 2.57 meters. Now that is actually really small, not even 2.5 meters. Wow. Although it does have a maximum flight ceiling of flight level 250, 25,000 feet, with a max cruise speed of 509 kilometers per hour, 360 miles per hour, or more familiarly, 275 knots, which is what we use here in infinite flight. knots is obviously what you can see me using right now, just bobbing up and down. We're at 210. Hopefully we're going to have a very nice landing here very shortly. Now the takeoff run at maximum takeoff rate is around 4,300 foot, so that's the length of runway it needs. To give you an idea, this runway length, if I can click on it, is at 5,500 feet, so it can very comfortably take off a runway here of good length. Now if we can we see the runway to give you guys an idea? We'll just make a little turn and I'll give you guys a little idea. Now there's great success to the Dash 8, of course the aircraft we're using here on Infinite Flight. And it does show a more desire for more short-range turboprops such as the ATR-72 here to be coming to Infinite Flight in the near future. Now there's many new requests here, and we're going to go down to some of the more recent comments on the ATR-72. Now Inter-Caribbean, Firefly, American, Air Corsica, there's so many lots of airlines here that have been actually requested to be coming in on the ATR-72, which hopefully will come. Now obviously we need to remember that the Challenger 350 just come out, but the A380 is also in reworks, so I think that is something that we need to consider. The Cebu Pacific on the ATR-72 as well, Caribbean. There's so many lots of little Caribbean, CityLink, Druck Air, the ones that fly to Paro, one of the world's hardest airports. Again, another great airline and another great place you can fly this. So I mean, just imagine flying the ATR-72 into an airport such as Paro itself. I think that would be incredible and incredibly hard. So yeah, right now the ATR-72 post on the Infinite Flight community is mainly people just admiring the amazing thing. There's recently an Air Serbia photo just been uploaded. So I'm thinking the ATR-72 can definitely be entering Infinite Flight in the future. I think by far it's one of the most requested aircraft in Infinite Flight, or what at the moment. I mean, not much can really beat the 787. The request for that to get reworked was phenomenal. I remember that, and the runway is there as well. So I mean, fingers crossed we guys will be seeing that soon on Infinite Flight. It would be great to see an aircraft such as the ATR-72 enter service on Infinite Flight. I think also it would open many opportunities. Now what you guys also want to know is, you know, what are the chances of us getting the ATR-72 here on Infinite Flight? Is there much hope? Do I want to be expecting one? And you know, I'm going to go out and say it, and I'm going to say you guys can expect one. Not soon, but it's definitely something Infinite Flight have thought about before, because they've done polls and questions on the forums to see whether people want to see the ATR-72. It's been in quite a lot of the votes. Unfortunately, it always falls a bit short. Obviously, it wasn't going to compete with the 777 for the rework. It wasn't going to compete with the A380, because we all know what everyone's like. We are stalling. However, I think there is honestly some huge potential to be seeing the ATR-72 on Infinite Flight on your mobile devices in the near future. But Infinite Flight team, you know, they're aware of its high request, and they know a lot of people want to be seeing it. So you know, don't lose your hope, people. I think, to be honest, I can see it being the next aircraft added to Infinite Flight, not reworked. I can see it being the next addition to Infinite Flight beyond many of the other aircraft. So fingers crossed we'll be getting the ATR-72 on your mobile devices soon. I think that's a brilliant way for us to go, and we can definitely see that happening, and why we shouldn't be stalling it. So yeah, so let's butter the bread here. We're not going to butter at all. It's going to be a really rough landing. Kabonk. But it doesn't matter, because we made it safely, you know, in our Qantas airport to the airport in the middle of the British Channel. Always forget the name of it. That is insane. I didn't realise we had all the cars here. Just casually leave the plane on the runway. That's a really cool car park there. Didn't know that existed. And we'll just put on our parking brakes and come to a full stop landing. So yeah, if you guys want to know any more about the ATR, put it down in the comment section. I love it when everyone engages in the comment section. So if we can do that more, it'd be great for you guys. I always try to reply to as many as I can, as I'm sure many of you are aware. But other than that, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe, especially if you're new. We're pushing on, like I said, to that big 5,500, 5,600, you know, we keep on going. It'd be great to be at 6,000 by the end of the year. Hopefully we can be at 10k soon. But other than that, I'll see you all in my next video. Good night.